Good morning. It's November 12th, 2020. I woke up this morning and had a crazy memory of a crazy dream. Whew. So something told me to get up and talk about it. Okay, where do I start? I think the year was present, like right around now. Yeah, it was definitely right around now when a dream started. And next thing I knew, some asshole with a laptop showed up. And then we went riding around my neighborhood. And next thing I knew, everything changed. We like warped into an apartment building. Or something like that. I don't know what it was. And it was pretty run down, you know. We were just hanging out. And there was a little kid with him that had blonde hair. You know, he couldn't have been more than 12 to 15 years old. Pretty mature for his age, too. I mean, you could tell he grew up and seen some shit. And you know, we were chilling at this place. It was pretty run down or something. And we were around the table, and then we just started vibing to some music. You know, we were all just getting into it and shit. You know, there was no drugs or nothing. At least I don't think so. I didn't take any. And yeah, I think it was like a House of Pain or something. We just started, you know, we were all vibing to it and shit. And yeah, it's getting hard to remember now. I'm sure I didn't get every detail up to this point either. And then I guess they started leaving, and I was like trapped there for a second, like I couldn't follow them. And like I said, we warped back at least 15 years at this point in time. I think it was at least 15, because in the next part of the dream, I'll tell you. And then I tried to follow him in a vehicle, but I don't remember what vehicle I was driving at that time. And yeah, someone left a nice chair in the woods for me. And then the next thing I remember, I ended up at like a community living place or something like that. And there was a swimming pool, and I was trying to catch him, and you know, and I couldn't catch him. And then I started driving on the road back the way I came, and the next thing I knew, I was back at home. And then the house phone rings. My dad answers it. And then he yells at me like, someone just called. And then my cell phone rings. And I look at the phone, and it's a picture of a girl. Her name was Jess. Pretty girl. She even had like an accent and stuff. And it was really weird, because I could like see her dancing and stuff in the phone. It was really weird. So then I didn't answer it. I just like sat there and thought about it. It seemed like 15-20 minutes went by, and then, you know, I was like, what the hell? This is I realized I was in a dream. So I called the number back, and I says hello after she answered. And the next thing I knew, I was teleported into my truck, but I wasn't in my truck. And I could see utility workers for the lines standing on the side of the road, and there was one guy. He was like, it was at a house, and one was standing like on one end of the porch, and the other one was standing on the other end, and they were talking to each other. I heard them, but I can't remember what they were talking about. And I just kept walking, and up the road there was two more guys, and they were working in a house pulling shit out. And then I ended up in my truck, but It's not the truck I got now. It was my first truck. And I was with a friend from high school. So he was Asian and heavyweight, heavy set. And, you know, I've seen a couple people just like him out in the world. I mean, they could have been his clone. I seen him down in Baltimore, and I seen him in Florida. It was so strange. It looked just like him. And his parents, his dad was in the reserves up here where I live, and he adopted him. His mom and dad already had 2 daughters, and then they adopted him and treated him like shit. Okay, so next thing I knew, after them guys I seen, I was in my old truck and he was in there too. But it was weird because we were driving around here, but then we ended up somewhere I didn't know. Like we warped again. And this time it was like a big apartment building. And when we went in, it was, you know, we went up the first flight of stairs and then we went into a door. He went in before me. He disappeared. And I just tried following him. And it was really weird. It was like a facility where people were working, like a sweatshop or something. And it looked like a big dishwasher line or something. I don't know what the hell it was. And then I'm walking through to try to follow him, and I look up and I see another level, and I see him walking, and he walks through a door. So I walked to the end of the line, and then people started looking at me, and a kid with only like one eye, you know, his other eye was like either ripped out or something. I don't know. It was really strange. A white kid. He had a mustache, and I don't know if he had a goatee or not. Just like a little I don't know. But he only had one eye, I remember that. And there was another guy there, a black dude. He didn't say nothing, but the dude with one eye said something to me or something. And I just looked at him and I was like, I don't even know who you are, man. What do you want? And then I walked through the door that was right there. And the first thing I saw was fornication. But it was so dark I couldn't see anybody, but all I could hear and smell was fornication. And I'm walking through, and I find a set of stairs. I walk up the stairs, and there was a door. I opened the door, and there was more fornication, but at this time I could see the figure. It was a black dude fornicating in the room, and I just was like, oh my gosh, where the frick am I? And the next thing I knew, I just wanted out of there. So I closed the door, and then I fast forward into time again, because I guess I ran out of the place, and then that girl just showed up. Because I ran out, and I was running downstairs, and then as I was going out the door to get outside, she come running down the steps and started yelling at me. Not yelling, like trying to get my attention. I have no idea where she come from. And as I turned around and come back to her, and I was like, what the hell's going on? And she just says, do the right thing. And then it wasn't the people that were inside of the building that come running after me this time. It was white guys. The man, you know what I'm saying? So I get in my old truck, I burn out, you know, and I for some reason I was trying to go really fast, but time was slowed down. And there was just police everywhere, like I'm talking a massive parking lot full of police all over the place. I mean, there had to be hundreds of cars. Well, not cars, but just guys and shit. I guess there were cars. It's hard to remember. But there was a lot. And I was in a dead stop, and then they're all surrounding me, and then I just flip my truck in the first gear and just start burning out. And I wasn't going nowhere. And then some guy, one of the officers, shot my tire out, and then I could feel my truck wobbling. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, I'm done. I ain't getting nowhere. What the hell is this shit all about? So, I got my hands up and shit. They're, you know how they are, put blah, 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 and shit like that. I'm like, dude, my truck, I don't even have it in gear. Let me turn it off, and points a gun at my fucking head, and while I'm doing the shit, and another guy has a gun right by my hands. And I get out, and they're all just standing there, and I could hear someone talking. It's really hard to remember what they said. And I'm just sitting there like, what the hell's going on? And then next thing I say is, why are you detaining me? And then all the cops that were up front, the brunt ones with no brains, they just split away like a wave with their jaws dropped. And a guy like my size in a suit started talking to me, and I just looked at him. I was like, what the hell? Why are you detaining me? And he started saying some crazy shit, and I can't remember. And I was like, dude, don't put me in handcuffs, because I'm not a fucking asshole. And then we're walking away, and I woke up. Yeah, that was my strange dream. Anyways, haven't seen the sun for a couple days, so had a massive headache last night too. Massive. Alright. I think maybe some of my subscribers can relate to that video. It's so weird how times are today. So weird. Like, I can't even tell anybody in person about this dream, because no one would know what the hell I'm talking about. I mean, what the hell, man? I'm having dreams about people on the fucking internet. That's fucking crazy. Shit. Lots of love, man. Lots of love. I'm going mushroom hunting for a while here, because it's been raining, and temperature dropped almost 35 degrees yesterday and today, and this morning. So I don't know what I'm gonna find in here. There ain't much here. This shit's all dead. All the trees are pushing over. I mean, it's toxic around here, man. It really is. And I feel it. I really feel it. I love everyone. I'm gonna end this video. I need to be on my own and turn this thing off. I don't want to be around any extra electromagnetic shit anymore than I need to with these ELFs going on. I love everyone that listens to this, and my family, brothers and sisters. Do what's right.